Yeah, you seem good. Yo, what's up? Yeah, I think I'm in the green. Yeah, I'm in the green.
Okay.
He's in the green.
Okay, all right.
So now we're ready.
Yeah, now we're ready.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Cedar Squared podcast. I'm Zach, and join with me as always are my good friends.
Shua?
Thank you.
Oh,
I
I love
appreciate that.
Thanks for watching, guys. And until next week. I'm just kidding.
That was really good.
I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
But yeah, today we're going to be talking about everything from E3 predictions and everything in between. Today's podcast is also brought to you by Instacart. Save on delivery fees on your first order of $35 or more with our affiliate link in the description of this episode, but you'll hear about that more. How's everyone doing?
Pretty well.
Pretty good. Yeah, summer's coming.
Summer feels like it's here.
Dude, it's been hot. It was so hot last week.
Yeah.
I was out and about yesterday, and I was getting sweaty.
Smelly?
Mm-hmm.
Not smelly. I had deodorant on, hygiene and all that, but I felt it a little bit on my back. I had a drip or two,
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
but not too bad.
Would you say you perspirate a lot?
On my back, a little bit. Not so much the pits or anywhere else. Like mainly my back. It depends also on like the type of shirt I'm wearing. If I'm wearing like a
breathable.
if I'm wearing like a thicker cotton tee, no. But if I'm wearing like something breathable, nah, I usually don't.
Fair.
Also, I was wearing pants. That was a bad choice.
Bad choice. Yeah.
That was a bad choice. It was like 90 something over here.
It was really hot this weekend.
Yeah.
Or this whole week.
This whole week.
And
This
it's
whole week
gonna
is
get
100,
hotter.
yeah.
Just wait till we do our podcast in the kiddie pool.
Oh yeah, I'm down for that.
We're gonna put this whole setup underwater.
And
It's gonna work.
it's waterproof. That's why we bought it. It's
So I
waterproof.
bought it. It's waterproof. We just you put a little Ziploc bag over it. It's fine. That's how that works.
I don't think that's how that works.
I think that's how it works. I should know.
How do you know?
But huh?
What?
I already tested it. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Oh my god.
All right.
What?
Let's just.
I'm done talking about this.
Anyway, this is a gaming podcast.
Yeah.
And we're talking about sweating and kiddie pools.
Well, there's a lot that goes in that's in common, right? With gaming.
Yeah,
sweating?
connect gaming to. Well, I guess sweating. Yeah, you do sweat while gaming.
Yeah.
Just like we were sweating the other night playing Valorant.
Yeah. And the other team was sweating.
Oh yeah.
You want to talk about Steve? You want to talk about this, Steve? Because I don't want to hear Shua talk about it.
What?
Oh
Steve,
my
you
God.
explain what
the game
happened.
that we were up 9-1.
Yeah.
And
Were
we're
we
like,
9-1?
This is-
yeah, we were
from-
9-1. We had 9
We
wins.
9-1.
Or
They
9
really
round
came
wins.
back. Huh?
And you said
They came back.
They're mad.
And Shua typed in the chat. He said, "Give up."
Give up.
With like 4 P's.
Yes.
And like
And-
FF.
Yeah.
I didn't say FF.
I think you did.
You did say that later.
Did I?
You did say that when they were catching up.
Oh
on-
yeah. You're like,
When it was
guys,
like
for real.
When it was like
FF.
10. When it was like 10-6, you're like forfeit for real now. Like
I'm toxic.
And the
Yeah.
game literally went 13-12.
Yeah.
13-12.
Hey, who won though?
We won.
We won.
We
We
won.
won barely.
we should have won a long time ago.
we
though.
should have won right then and there,
Mhm.
but you decided, and then they took it personal.
Yeah.
Imagine though how happy they would have been if they.
Did they
won.
beat us?
Yeah.
I know for a fact, probably you and Esteban probably would uninstalled the game.
I just love how Josh's toxicity just gave them the morale to do
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Look at them.
It's because it's a Riot game,
I know they
True.
can be better, so I want to push them to be better.
Stop. that's not how.
That's
That's
that
not
works.
what
That's
happened.
not how that works. That is not what you did.
Okay.
He said, "Give up."
Yeah, they got mad, and then they said it back. To
Yeah,
us.
and they used the heart emoji and all that. They were trying to get you salty, just like you try to get them salty.
Hey, but we won.
But we won. But
That was a point. Thing.
that was Valorant anyway. But what have you been doing this week? No, start with Shua. What have you been up to?
I'm breaking this mic arm.
Yeah, I can hear it.
What have I been doing this? I've been playing a lot of Dying Light in anticipation of Dying Light 2.
Oh, the announcement, yeah. Dying Light
Yeah.
2. We'll talk about that later too. Anyway,
Was it on sale on Xbox too?
A while back.
Oh,
I
so
bought
you're
it
right.
like a few months ago.
Oh, okay.
And it took me a second to really get into, to be honest. Like I had to come back to it like weeks at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But just recently, like this last week or two, I've gotten really deep in it. And it's pretty good. I see why people liked it, and I see why there's a second one coming, and why it has such a strong support and following. And the developers have done a good job of like continually supporting the game and giving updates and DLC and all that stuff.
True.
And thankfully, I mean, I just downloaded it right now.
Yeah,
on my
yeah.
computer. So because it was on sale for $18 on Steam, until the 10th.
Yeah,
June 10th.
June 10th.
So yeah, I'm definitely gonna be trying that this week.
I would advise getting it on a PC if you can.
Does it run bad on controller or what?
It just feels weird, and then also I don't know if it's just limitations of like what they let you change in the video settings on console, but like you can't change the FOV, which is
That's
super tight in.
Well, it's an older game too, right? What is
Yeah.
it, like what, 2014, 2015?
Right, and I would imagine though on the PC that they let you change it. On console though, they definitely don't.
Yeah, because I mean, it was on the Xbox One, right? It was the Xbox
Yeah,
One
it's on the
title?
Xbox
I think it was like that transitional period though, the 360
Was
and the
it?
one.
Well, let's see.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, we can check real quick.
Yeah.
real quick.
But there's that, and then there's also like a crap ton of motion blur.
Yeah.
Like-
Okay then.
Oh yeah, well,
no.
yeah, that was like super in at that time, no? Oh, 2015. It was 2015. it
Yeah,
came
so
out.
Xbox One. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was Xbox One and PS4.
It was a little rough to get used to, but once you kind of get past that, it's good.
Oh yeah, it was Techland that made it.
Yeah.
Shout
Who's
out,
Dead Island
Dead Island.
makes sense.
Yeah, I was gonna say it because it seemed like a Dead Island type game.
Yeah, zombies, you know.
It's actually real close to me.
I remember that.
What, you
like,
want me to move? There's not a lot. This couch isn't that big, you know. No, that was deep. No, that was Techland. Yeah, Techland made
Yeah.
Dead Island.
hmm
I got Dead Island when it first came out.
We played it together, right?
Did we?
I think we got through most of it
That,
together.
I don't know.
that game is not fun unless you play with people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
no,
game is
yeah.
simply just a not good game
That's fair.
unless you play with people, which says a lot about that game. Which
Mm-hmm.
that's why people were like begging for Dead Island 2
Mm-hmm.
and all this, and I'm like, did you
really?
Did you play it that much? Like, are you sure you just don't want Dying Light or something else better? So
Dying Light is way better.
did
so-
Yeah,
oh yeah, by
totally.
far, by
The
far.
movement
Yeah.
changes the whole game,
Yeah,
to be honest.
Dead Island's a neat idea, but it's very repetitive.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And the
It
exploration
really is tough.
sucks because you don't get rewarded that much
Mhm.
for like looking for stuff. You just get useless things.
And the mechanics aren't that great either. Like the way that the combat works and the way the movement
Yeah,
works.
yeah.
And the driving sucks too. It's like everything.
Yeah, that game wasn't that good. So it's amazing that they kind of got a greenlit for Dead Island 2. I don't know if it's canceled. No, it's not canceled.
It's still coming out
Yeah, it's still coming out. I mean, that's good.
as of January 21st, 21.
Is there a Dead Island 3?
Skip 2.
Yeah.
All I remember was like that Dead Island 2 trailer, and I was like, why? Why do we need that? Why don't you just like play a better zombie game?
And it was just a CGI trailer too.
Yeah, it was
right?
just CGI. There was no. It was just like, oh, it takes place in California or Hollywood, you know.
I don't remember that trailer at all, but I do remember the first one like vividly. The first Dead Island trailer.
I don't remember the trailer.
It was when they're in the hotel room because obviously they're on the island, right?
Yeah.
And it was like a family, and the little girl ends up becoming a zombie and attacks the dad, and they were like right next to the window, so she lunges at him, and they both fall out the building, and she's like attacking him while they're going down. It was crazy.
Oh damn. I mean, that does sound way more dramatic than what
The
got.
game was actually was. Yeah, no, it really was.
Like throwing wrenches at stupid.
Just
I mean,
the
that's how it got
hype
me. That's how it got me to play the game.
Yeah, yeah. There's so many games with like over the top trailers too, especially in that era where it was like remember like the Force Unleashed trailer, where he's like moving the whole Star Destroyer.
He does
Oh,
that in the
actually,
game.
Yeah, and it throws it like down, and it's like, whoa, this guy's super cool and powerful and edgy. and then it was like okay.
He does it in the game.
He does it, but it's not like the same.
Yeah.
I thought that was like the I thought that was like the minimum. That's the floor of the experience. That's why I expect when I watch trailers. I feel like that's what you should expect. That's not the peak of the game, you know.
Yeah.
But I get that that you gotta buy into the experience, so that's why they push those over the top trailers. But these days I feel like trailers aren't really a thing for games. It's like they get leaked and then they're like, oh shit, here's a gameplay like bit, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like, and we'll talk about some leaks later, but I feel like it's gonna feel weird watching E3 like for real again, and seeing just trailers and gameplay,
Right.
instead of just like, oh, this got leaked, okay, cool, seeing on Twitter something like, oh, this got leaked, okay, cool, for sure. But yeah, that's all you've been up to, just Dying Light? Sure.
We've been
Yeah.
playing
Oh, you've
GTA. Oh, we tried GTA
You
once.
tried GTA?
Oh yeah.
How'd that go? Oh yeah, you kind of told me about it, but how'd that go?
It was rough because I totally forgot to do the tutorial the online tutorial before we started, so I had to run through like a bunch of like the introductory.
You didn't even finish by the time.
No, but I was like, this is so much. This is too much.
It's too much.
Cause we played like it was like late at night. It was too much. But
That's-
no, I ended up finishing it, and I ended up getting the other free properties that they give with that one pack.
Yeah.
So I ended up getting like a free motorcycle club and it is free. Yeah, no, it was free. So it was a free motorcycle club and a free bunker. So we're definitely gonna be doing those weapon runs.
Yeah.
So
That'd be cool.
Expect some GTA streams.
yeah, I've been playing a lot of GTA. It's
RP,
really
just
fun
kidding.
on PC.
That's fair.
Have you seen GTA RP?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
a couple streams of it.
I don't know how to feel about it.
It's interesting.
I
remember when it first popped up this year on Twitch with like Soda Poppin'.
yeah.
Soda Poppin', he was playing like a manager of Burger Shot,
Yeah.
and it was really interesting concept because you know it's just like the Burger Shot in Los Santos, and then everybody coming by wanting to buy a burger, and it's like everybody with their own like RP character, coming by interacting. I mean, it was really cool at first, but at the same time, it's because at the same time, Soda Poppin's like a big streamer
Yeah.
that people would just try to interject themselves for clout.
Yeah. They just show
So
up.
that's like the rough thing that the big streamers have to navigate around.
Yeah. I don't know how to feel because I forget someone. I think it was not XQC. I watched like somebody. They were doing like the no pixel, like RP realm or whatever.
Yeah.
Server, and I don't know. I feel like they first and foremost they don't really sell it that well. They're all just like giggling. And just like it's like watching a bad SNL sketch.
Yeah. So
Like they're trying to be like clever or something by
Yeah.
like how they're talking, and then it just comes off kind of just cringy. But like I'm sure it's fun. I'm not saying it doesn't like they're not having fun or anything.
Right.
But for like the sake of like trying to be like content creators or
Right.
whatever.
For entertainment.
Yeah, for entertainment purposes, it kind of falls flat. I feel like RP and all that kind of stuff isn't for other people to enjoy watching. It's for you to enjoy experiencing, you know?
Like
well,
LARPing.
I don't know because it is. Oh, there is a large audience watching. These
Yeah, there is a large
RP
audience for it.
RPers.
Yeah.
But then again, you said you watch XQC. XQC is not a good RPer.
Yeah.
All he does is run around and try to and rob banks.
Yeah.
And get
It wasn't
into
crime.
crime.
Him. I saw like
That's just
I don't
his-
remember. It was someone. It wasn't him, but he was involved in like one of the things that one of them was working on. And it was like it was like a like some sort of gas station robbery too, but there was something else. And then I watched one that was like a police officer one, and it's okay. But I feel like at least the ones I watched, they were kind of just like trying to be funny, but it just came off kind of flat. Like I don't
us,
get
huh?
it. Yeah, kind of, like the Silent Hill 2. Just
What I do got to give it to the No Pixel team though, because they developed the game way more. I think it's more interesting how they developed the game better than Rockstar has. Like for stealing a car, you actually have to do like a whole bunch of like this whole processing. Like there's like a loading bar, and you have to like
Oh, they
you have to
incorporate
hit
like
the
the
it's
correct
mods?
modded.
button.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
mod.
Yeah, so it's a whole
Oh.
mod like to it.
Yeah.
Like for heists,
Mhm.
it's like this. You have to actually have to go buy a computer to hack into the
Yeah.
the bank vault,
That's
and
tight.
the actual bank vault. There's like a bunch of like little mini games that you have to do
Yeah.
to get into the vault. And the driving is more realistic. So like even a slight dent or touch on your car can bring your car to
GTA 4.
yeah. Oh yeah, GTA 4 driving was
Level
rough.
drive.
But yeah, that team developed the game really, really well, and I think
Okay.
Rockstar really dropped the ball, not including something like that with their game.
Yeah. And I mean, to Rockstar's credit, they are doing other stuff.
Are they?
Yeah.
Are they?
I mean,
we've had GTA
I mean,
5 for
yeah.
over a decade, well, almost a decade.
yeah, but I mean, Red Dead 2, you know, they focused, the team focused on that, and it's not like those are like, it's a small game.
Mhm.
It's like, I think we take them for granted. Like they make such a good open world game, and then you see bad open world games. Like I can name like 10 bad open world games, and like the last couple Rockstar open world games have not been bad by the slightest.
Right, they've been solid.
And so
They've
much
been pretty
detail, so much exploration. They make open world make sense, which is why people call GTA clones and stuff like that. Is because they're the standard for open world. The only like game I could think of that's like close to that is like Breath of the Wild, and even that's not really to the same caliber of what Rockstar puts out. Because Breath of the Wild feels like a tech demo, and that it's so bare bones that it's hard to be broken. There are some glitches in all these games, of course. Like you know, no game's like perfect, but I feel like Rockstar just puts this bigger standard that you see other studios try to mimic. Like you see like CD Projekt Red with Cyberpunk, and you see like Techland with the Dead Island and stuff like that. You see bad examples of open world all the time, but like when you see like Red Dead and you see like GTA 5, you're like, man, these are good things that inspire people like No Pixel to do stuff to them to make them more towards what they want.
They're very supportive of the mod community.
Yeah, and Rockstar is like all for it. Like, go ahead, like mess with our games. Like a lot of people would be like, no. Like,
I mean, I think at first they weren't really okay with it, but then I think eventually they're like, yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah. I mean, that, you know, it's not like bad press for it. If anything, it's probably good advertisement. Like most games are. Like I remember, like, what was it, Fallout 4 with like mods where they were like super restrictive on it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Especially
like,
on console.
Yeah, because they wanted them to work on
Weren't
console.
there like paid mods too?
Yeah, there's
I think
paid
so.
mods.
Skyrim too, I think.
Yeah, Skyrim too. And so it was kind of weird to see like that.
Oh yeah, I
shit.
remember that whole when that whole
Yeah.
issue came out with being paid mods, and
paid
they're like,
mods.
mods are supposed to be free.
Yeah,
Like,
mods.
well, these people are working on mods. How do you expect them to to work on it if they don't get money?
Yeah,
So it's like it was. I get both sides.
Yeah, and I know, like, especially like Street Fighter has mods and stuff like that. I understand people want to be paid for their work, especially if it makes like say like I can only imagine what it's like if you're working on a mod or something. Some big influencer makes a lot of money off of playing your mod.
Yeah.
And you get none of that. You just get more people downloading your free thing.
Yeah, that's
so
fair.
I can imagine why people charge for it, but I can't imagine a studio like housing that sort of process. That should kind of be separate, in my opinion. Like Rockstar shouldn't make any money if No Pixel sells their mod or whatever. You know, I feel like because they didn't do anything to it. All they did was like
provide the game.
Like provide the game. Like this, you need the game, of course, to buy it, and that's their cut. You know, they can't play the mod without the game, so they're paying for the game, assuming, and that's really where their cut should end when it comes to mods.
So there should be a middleman. There should be like an app that connects the game to the mods. Is what you're saying?
Not necessarily. Just like it should just like the communities that like create these mods should have control over monetization. I think not so much a middleman coming in between all of this to make sure it's happening. Just that the community not only get recognized but get paid for mods. I think that's a good thing. But also, it's if someone's making a mod and they want it to be free, that's their decision, you know. But if they want to be able to charge for it, they should be able to. I don't think there needs to be a marketplace necessarily, because that could cause problems.
How would they get paid then?
You know, Patreon, stuff like that.
Yep.
Fiverr.
It's
know.
downloadable.
Yeah, just one of those little services that already exist. I don't think something needs to be developed like a Steam or
The
something.
only thing is that excludes consoles straight up.
Yeah, it
Look at
excludes
that,
consoles, and I mean that's what you get though, because like I feel like mods aren't perfect anyway, and like I've launched plenty of mods where my game crashes and I gotta restart my PC.
Yeah.
I feel like console experience, you don't want that at all. You want it to just work.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't play console in thinking that I should get mods just like PC players do, because I could just play PC if I want mods, you know. With console, I want to be able to sit back on a couch and play a game and just coast, you know. I just want to turn it on and just work. I don't want to have to like move files over, make a new folder, and you know, I don't want to have to do all that. I just want it to just work. And I feel like mods, at least at this current state, that's impossible. Unless developers make it with mods in mind, which usually they don't. So that's just my opinion. But what have you been up to, Steve?
So like I mentioned, we were talking about GTA, so I've been playing that a lot. I'm almost done with the story, I think.
Okay.
WoW, I've been playing WoW.
Burning Crusade.
Wow.
Yeah, Burning Crusade came out last week on Tuesday, and I tried playing on the first 2 days, and the server I was on was always full, and I didn't want to wait, so I hopped off. And the times that I was able to play, it was kind of lagging, but it was kind of rough, but it's not bad. I'm definitely gonna be playing more this summer. WoW was really fun.
WoW was really fun.
WoW was fun.
Do you think it's one of those games that you just, when you get deep in it, it's hard to get out of?
It really is. Like, because this, I don't know, for me, it's like there's so much you can do to the game, like you do in that game. Like for me, I like collecting mounts sometimes, so I'll probably, I'll go around doing like reputation with certain factions in order to get those mounts. So that takes a lot of grinding, and
it's a lot of investment.
Yeah, it's a lot of time investment. And that WoW was a lot of time investment.
It makes you feel more obligated to keep with it, I feel like. And that's smart for developers and stuff, like they know what they're doing, they're keeping their fan base.
And for me, like I mentioned before, I played Classic, but when I played Classic the first time it came around, it was like nearing the tail end of it. So what I really played was the Burning Crusade. And when I played the Burning Crusade, I was in middle school. And I didn't really play the game that well. I didn't really get to raid that well. So this is what I kind of want to do. That's what I'm kind of doing. I'm kind of playing it to like go back and experience those raids I didn't really get to do.
Right.
Because I didn't know the game as much as I do now. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing like all the top end raids and end game stuff. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been playing WoW. Just download Dying Light, so I'm gonna be playing that soon. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've been playing lately. I still need to finish Resident Evil 2.
For shame.
I'll finish it.
You don't even know where you're at anymore.
No, I know where I'm at. I know where I'm at. It was after the one sewer monster. Leon's story.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so I finished that sewer monster and then I stopped. Soon.
This hurts Shua every time.
I think it does.
Every time we do a podcast, like 2 weeks down the road, he's always just like, "So, any progress on
any progress?
Are you
like,
are you
no.
close? Are you close?" and
I haven't moved
like,
an inch.
haven't touched it.
I watched the cutscene.
It's fair to say,
yeah.
Is it fair to say that you kind of dropped it at this point?
No, I do want to go back and play
back to
it, but I think it's just a whole fact of I think I'm just like I like PC gaming like a lot more right now than console.
Girl.
Like if I want to play Apex, I'll play it on PC. If I want to play Valorant, obviously PC. Yeah. And then WoW. Now that I have WoW again, I'll play it on PC.
But you can be playing Valor on a mobile soon, which we'll talk about later.
What?
But
That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that.
You know, I wanted to ask though, how's your transition going from controller to keyboard?
Oh yeah, it's pretty easy. Cause like I did mouse and keyboard for a long time too with WoW.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and WoW doesn't support controller, right?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
So you have to pretty much use
That's
mouse and
true.
keyboard.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like it's not a hard transition for me at least.
Mm-hmm.
I was asking because our friend Dunstan checks in, right?
Oh yeah,
He's having a rough time, I think, because we've gotten spoiled by. I have an Elite controller, and he has like some other like custom controller with like 6 buttons on the
no
back.
way.
Yeah. He's
That's
like
crazy.
he's gotten like spoiled, with that.
Yeah, with quick.
And it's just comfortable, you know what I mean? My wrist will end up hurting when I'm playing on
Yeah.
keyboard a lot.
Mhm.
So like that transition is tough. We were playing Apex last night, and he was having a rough time, and then he switched the controller, and it was all good.
Really?
Yeah, it's interesting. We're
It
still playing with PC players.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Interesting.
So you don't see yourself ever transitioning,
At least for Apex, no.
but anything else like shooters.
Like I'm playing Valor on keyboard, but
yeah,
I
but you don't have
to.
a choice. You have
Yeah.
a choice. He tried, folks.
You know what though?
He
Last
tried
night, at
controller
least,
support.
I did better than Steve. Last night, at least.
Oh, the night before. Yeah.
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 No, you did. No, you did. There was a couple. Like I said, that whole night, it was rough.
Well, yeah.
It-
Those
for
nights
me.
happen, and I feel like shooters, you get that.
Mhm.
I feel like it's hard to push consistency, especially on like a game like Valorant, where it's so skill focused.
Yeah.
Like you have to, your aim has to be 100%.
Yeah, pretty much.
You
yeah.
have to, your corners. You have to be diligent and all that stuff.
And like, yeah, quick mistakes can cost you the game.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, and Dunstan was saying, he's like, man, Valorant feels like so slow,
Mhm.
and then I'm like, I don't really see it so slow. Yeah, you're not running and sprinting at breakneck speeds, but things happen so quick.
Oh yeah, these
deaths
can happen
Yeah.
really quick.
so
That's fair.
fast. Like kills and deaths happen so quick in that game. It's like a matter of seconds before you're dead. So I feel like Valorant's a different kind of rush when I play that, as opposed to Apex. Apex is like super fast, super over the top, super like movement focused, but I feel like precision and quickness of reaction is what is the difference between Valorant and Apex.
Right. It
Yeah, I
reminds
can see
me more of like a Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rainbow Six Siege or CS:GO.
CS:GO,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they're pretty much direct competitors. But I've been having fun, especially playing.
Oh
with
yeah,
you
it's
guys.
really fun.
That's fun. Like the like we were playing the other modes,
Mhm.
like escalation.
Gun game.
Yeah, which is he calls it gun game.
It
Which
I mean,
it is.
yeah.
is a gun game.
I mean,
it is.
Yeah, like I said, the other night was just really rough. Because I played games with Zach when it was just us two, and I've gone like 20 plus kills.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what else.
You know what though? Zen was just taking all of the kills.
Yeah, he
huh?
was. I think that was it.
On
He was just
yeah.
way too good.
Yeah,
He had like 30 plus kills.
shout out to
per game.
Sinatra.
Yeah, carry.
Carried us to the promised land.
We would never win if we weren't playing with him.
Yeah,
Does he still stream?
yeah, he's
So
streaming.
follow him
Yeah,
on Twitch.
follow him on Twitch. Sinatra.
Sinatra.
Zenata.
There's
Wait.
two in.
No, it's Zenatttra.
I'll put it. I'll
Yeah.
put it down here.
Mm-hmm.
There'll be a link to Sinatra's
Yeah,
Twitch below.
yeah,
We'll
he'll be
put
in
that
our
too.
Valorant gameplays for sure.
Yeah, for sure Valorant, probably GTA too. I imagine.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
right,
GTA,
right,
yeah,
right.
for sure.
That too, and I imagine your friend Dunstan
Yeah,
will probably get on GTA too.
everyone's building PCs right now.
It's the thing because you can't get a PS5.
Can't get a PS5. Can't get an Xbox.
You can get an
You can
Xbox.
get Xbox. you can get. I've seen.
Yeah.
Really?
Not gonna lie, I went to a Target and I saw an Xbox.
It's
Series
becoming
X.
available.
Oh, okay.
So
That's fair.
people, and I think it's gonna be that way for a little bit longer still. Of course, we talked about this too, the chip
Mhm.
shortage, all that, but also
Mhm.
like people just really want a PS5, and now exclusives are starting to come out now. They're starting to
Mhm.
roll out, Ratchet and Clank coming out, and all that good stuff. So I know for a fact people are just gonna start clamoring for it, while Xbox is like, you could play this on a One still. Most
Yeah.
of the games, at least. You can
And Game Pass,
and Game Pass.
buys you some time.
Yeah. So I feel like a lot of people are deciding now between PC and a PS5, and you can't find a PS5. I guess you could spend resale on a PS5 for like
700 to 800.
700
Fuck
bucks,
that.
which is still cheaper than a PC, like that runs similar specs.
True.
But of course, you don't want to spend that kind of money
Mm-hmm.
on a console.
I
you
almost
know?
did.
Yeah, you almost did.
I was very close to
He-
buying an
he-
Xbox
Really?
for
And
seven
that's-
fifty.
Oh,
He was like, talk me out of it, Zach, and I was like,
was it locally or?
It was local.
Yeah,
Oh,
he,
okay.
he was gonna Facebook Marketplace it or Craigslist.
Shit.
Or offer up, one of those.
Offer, yeah,
Okay.
he was gonna do it, and he was in his time of weakness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I waited and
You waited.
I was ready
I was
on
proud of
Walmart.
you. I was proud of you.
Did you buy online and pick it up, or did you
I had it delivered,
deliver?
Delivered, yeah.
and that was the only way they did it actually.
Yeah, now you can pick it up, and then I want to say Target or Walmart is now allowing you to buy Xboxes in store.
Wow.
Yeah,
Shit. Damn.
Yeah, they're available.
they're available. They're coming around. Yeah, Xbox Series S's are also available too. I still don't feel like the Series S is feasible in the current market.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like people are just going to spend money on the better thing.
Well, see, the thing is it gives people the opportunity to get in to
Yeah.
the current console generation
Yeah.
without being behind.
Yeah.
And-
But
yeah,
but I feel like if someone does a little bit of research, they're just going to be like, "Oh,
For $100 more, I can just get.
yeah, for a couple well,
It was
is that
200.
200 bucks
Was it
more.
200? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
for 200 bucks more though. Either way, if I coming even if I was still a poor college student and I was saving up money, I would not want to buy the thing that is less powerful and less next gen.
Yeah.
I would argue it's a difference of consumer.
Yeah.
Someone that doesn't really care about the specs.
Yeah.
Just wants it to work and
Yeah,
play
but
the game.
then what's keeping them from buying a Switch?
The shortage.
Yeah. I feel like the average consumer is not even thinking about an Xbox anyway.
Yeah,
They're
that's fair.
thinking about buying a Switch.
Yeah, everyone wants.
Yeah,
a Switch.
I just want to play Animal Crossing and Mario. Okay, buy a Switch. So I feel and that costs the same as a Series S, right? So if anything, a Series S's direct competitor isn't even the
It's a Switch,
PS5.
huh?
It's
Yeah.
a Switch.
That's fair. That's
Yeah, which I take the Switch 10 times out of 10.
Well, even over a PS5, I think.
Even
I
over a
might take
PS5,
Switch.
yeah, a Switch, and eventually whenever that Switch Pro ever gets announced, it's
It's coming.
it's coming. Hopefully,
It's coming.
we don't know, and they always say it on Twitter all the damn
It's
time.
coming.
They say I think there's rumors saying either the 14th or 15th.
Yeah, I see that. They're gonna talk about the press
Mhm.
conference maybe, but we'll see. Hopefully,
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to get a more powerful Switch.
You want to start talking about that?
No, I didn't talk about my week.
Oh,
yeah, we gotta talk about Zach's
We
week,
gotta talk
man.
about
I didn't
my
know we
week.
cared.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Wow.
Oh, shit.
Thanks for watching, guys.
No, what's up? What you been
We'll see you guys in 2 years.
That's what
We'll see
happened.
you at the next. We'll see you at the next.
Josh
reunion.
insulted Zach, and we took
I'm
a
just
break.
too toxic.
The toxicity. I'm gonna put a wall right here. But what have I been up to? A couple things. I'll talk about what I watched first. I watched the Bo Burnham special, Inside.
Okay.
Um,
How'd you like it?
I liked it. I liked it a lot because it felt. Did you guys watch it? No?
I watched a YouTube video.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's part of the special. It was talking about I think it was the history of the U.S. or
Oh yeah,
or,
with the sock puppet.
capitalism. Yeah, the sock puppet. one,
Yeah. That is in the special.
It was really good.
That's
I
very
liked it.
that's very early too, and he goes off the rail. It's about him making this special alone,
Mm-hmm.
in his room. It looks like a studio apartment, and it takes course over the 2020. He's locked inside. Pandemic, all that, so he can't go outside, and it's about him. like he's making these songs that some are like irrelevant, like well, not irrelevant, but like he has like a song about white women's Instagrams and stuff like that, like early on, and then like near the end he's talking about like his mental health, how he's not doing so good, how there's a part where he's like, I wanted to finish this before I turned 30, but I turned 30 in a minute, so let's just look at me stare at a clock while I turn 30 in silence.
Holy damn.
It gets very, very, very dark.
Yeah.
Like his mental health. Yeah, and like near the end he's just like all shaking his leg, and like he seems agitated to be working on this.
It's definitely not like a traditional special.
No, it feels like a
documentary.
like a little bit like a documentary. Yeah, meets like a comedy musical, because he makes songs.
Right.
Like if you don't know, Bo Burnham makes like comedy music things.
Right. I love Dimitri Martin.
Yeah. Basically, but like actually funny.
Oh.
Actually still working.
Still relevant.
True.
Still relevant.
True.
But like he's not new to like making, like, because he made that movie 8th Grade. I don't know if you've seen it. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it is.
He was a director like for it, and I didn't notice that. Yeah, he stopped performing, and that was like his thing. Like he was, I guess, dealing with like anxiety and stuff, so he didn't want to perform live anymore. So, but this was like his way of going back into the comedy realm, was with this special, and it does a pretty good job being funny, but definitely near like it takes a slope of like with his mental health getting worse and worse. The songs get darker and darker in a sense.
I don't know if this is spoiling it, but does it do that thing where like that comedy specials do, where it gets kind of serious towards the end of it? You know what I mean?
It's different. It's different in a sense, like he's not like being real, like, oh, thank you guys, oh, I couldn't, like, it's been a blah blah blah. He's just like saying, like, he's not finishing sentences. Like he's like,
is it like rambling?
Like or? No, like there's a part he's like, I've been working on this for a year, and then he just yells out like just like damn it, and like slaps his leg, like he looks unwell. Like it's not the same. He's definitely like he takes a turn. Yeah. And it's kind of sad, but it's very enlightening, because I'm sure a lot of people, especially like creatives that are like, you know, performing and stuff, they're used to being with people and doing this stuff, especially comedy. When you think about it, like how, like, he has a song too, is like, you guys try to tell me a joke and I won't laugh, and see how well you do, you know, because I can't imagine doing comedy, like stand-up comedy, in your room alone, not expecting a laugh. Yeah.
There's no feedback system.
There's no feedback system, and I think that's probably a major part of stand-up.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen any of the John Oliver videos after? Because you know how he does. He's a live audience. After the live audience, they're kind of awkward. They're kind of weird. But
Yeah. All those talk show kind of get like
Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah, well, not that, but like
not that.
Drew Barrymore,
like Seth Meyers and all that.
Yeah.
Those all kind of took a dip. It's like that, I guess, but if he was able to say whatever he wanted because he's the one making it.
Right.
Like he does go off these weird tangents where like he was talking about like Jeff Bezos for a long part of it, and like and like, but then he'll like turn around and make a song about like white women Instagram accounts. You know, it's very playful in the beginning. It's very Bo Burnham, but then near the end, it's very different.
So my question is this something that we should be watching for entertainment? You know what I mean? Like, is this something that people should be profiting off of?
The music's good. He definitely wanted to release it because it was all made by him.
Right.
This is definitely his project. It doesn't feel like he didn't. I feel like he wanted it to come out.
Okay, right.
Like that's why he was working on it. He definitely made it in the intention that he's like, I want this to exist. I want this to be finished. I want this product to be shown. I mean, that's the point of being an artist, I suppose, to finish your thing.
True, because he had that power if he didn't want it to release it.
Yeah.
Didn't have to.
Yeah, he totally could have just like, nope, this isn't. I'm done. Like, I'm not. But he definitely hit a point where he was like so focused on finishing it, he's more upset with himself that it was taking him so long because he was dealing with so much else because of the pandemic and all that. So I thought it was very enlightening and a little inspirational, you know, just to like, you know, keep going on it even through thick and thin. Like you still have what your craft is, and it helps you, you know, continue on.
Okay.
So it's worth the watch. It's definitely good. The music's good. Like he's a really good like musical artist, I would
Right.
say.
Yeah.
He's very good at piano. He's very good at he has a couple songs with guitar. He's a very good loop artist too. A lot of it looks like one take, like performances too.
Right.
It's very interesting. It's like little one takes. Like he'll like have a camera set up on a tripod, and he has all these foot pedals
Right.
to do all his lighting changes and stuff like that.
Oh, lighting changes.
Yeah,
too?
he does
Wow.
lighting changes. It goes all like it's pretty amazing what he did for all of that, and I was very impressed with like his little performances in between. So there's a lot of good stuff in there, and I highly recommend it. It's on Netflix. What else did I watch? I watched the new Conjuring movie.
Oh, so did I. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
Yeah,
Seen
no,
Ah.
I saw the new Conjuring.
Okay,
movie.
no spoilers.
We won't spoil it. I will say it's better than the second one. Not as good as the first one.
I would agree.
I like the concept of it.
Right. It
It
tried something new, I would say.
Yeah, I did try something new. I mean, just to briefly explain, because this is in the trailer. It was like they're on a case. This guy, it's a murder case. It's like a trial thing, Steve.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this guy. He claimed he was possessed. That's why he killed this person.
Mm-hmm.
And like it's about them trying to prove that he was possessed at the time. And they're just it feels like a murder mystery, less of a horror
Paranormal.
like
Right.
the first two were, where it was like you were experiencing things live as they're happening. There was a lot of times they were experiencing the past, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple like current like moment scares, but most of it was like them flashbacks.
Oh, okay.
So it's a lot of flashbacks, and it takes place in the 80s. It's like 81 or something like that. So they're older now.
Mm-hmm.
But it's pretty good. I my only complaints a little bit was like the cinematography choices they make are a little played out.
Yeah.
I noticed like they do a lot of the same style like shots, like the upside down pan shots.
Yeah.
Where it's like up top and it goes upside down. They do that like 3 times in the movie.
And I think some of the lighting choices to kind of take you out of the.
Yeah. And I saw.
That's so loud.
Sorry, folks. I'll dodge that in post.
What?
I'll dodge that in post.
No, I mean, what were we saying?
Yeah.
Oh, what was I saying? Oh, like yeah, the lighting was lower. I saw this in theaters actually. My first time watching a movie in theaters, which it wasn't bad.
Maya.
Yeah. It wasn't my
For shame.
because it was. I mean, it's about right off the freeway, you know.
That's fair.
And it was.
You
it
want
was-
him to drive all the way to
It was,
Edwards?
and it was actually, you know, not that. Like I was expecting to pay a lot.
Mhm.
It was like $9 a person.
Oh,
that's
really?
pretty good.
Yeah.
What
and-
time did you go?
What?
What time did you
Like
go?
5, 6.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that
So
should have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where usually the expensive
That's
tickets.
not
are,
bad.
Yeah. It
That's
wasn't
pretty good.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. And then like popcorn and soda was like $10 total.
Do you think it was worth it to watch in the theaters instead of HBO Max?
Yeah, cause the sound. I really
Okay.
wanted. I
Right.
really wanted
That's true.
the. I feel like horror movies do a lot better in theaters
Mhm.
because of the sound. Unless you got a good sound system,
Yeah,
like it's really hard to get that same jump scare boom
that's fair.
Mhm.
like you can in a theater. That's why I was like, we'll watch it in theaters as opposed to the HBO Max. But it's on HBO Max. But it was a good experience going to see a movie in theaters again.
Was there a lot of people?
No,
Oh yeah, I would
there
imagine.
was like a handful, but they do limit how
Yeah.
people can go in.
It's still 50%, right?
It's something like that, but there was not. It felt like I was watching a movie that wasn't very
Like a matinee.
like I was watching a matinee of a movie that's been out for a month.
yeah.
That's kind of the level of people that were inside my theater. everyone was pretty quiet. Some people clapped at the end. I don't get that. I still don't
I don't
get
get. Yeah, I don't get clapping at
like
the end.
like are you like
Remember, we would go watch. What was that one anime movie?
uh did you was it Dragon Ball?
No, not Dragon Ball. I think it was. Sword Art Online, wasn't it?
Oh
Yeah, Sword Art Online. It was
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that one movie.
yeah.
They clapped?
And there was more than clapping, Josh. There was like cheers.
There was
People,
people
excited.
yeah. That
Um,
people anime watching anime movies is a very different experience.
in the theater, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
People do not know how to. There is no movie theater etiquette.
Yeah, it
it
just
all
goes out the door.
It goes out the door. So if you're trying to watch an anime movie to watch it, don't watch it in theaters. Just wait till it comes out.
Yeah.
That's my best.
Whenever like
my best advice.
whenever like a character would pop up for the first time, there was like so much cheering.
like,
It's like
"Oh
you know this character's gonna pop out.
Like he's on the poster. Like
Yeah.
you know that is true. But no, it wasn't like that. No one really screamed. No one was on their phone or anything like that. But just some people clapped it. Then I always think that's weird.
Yeah, it is.
It's
weird.
like
They're clapping for the.
Are you clapping for the performance of the actors or
For
the
the
director?
workers.
Like the people? Or are you clapping for the Maya?
they can't hear you. You know.
Yeah, no, they don't know you're cheering. But whatever. Like, to each his own, I guess. I did
Right.
not clap, but
Alright.
Please clap.
but yeah, it was a pretty alright movie. In general, I'll probably watch it again just to like better understand.
I kind of want to go through all of them again.
Yeah, I'm open to watching them all again. But definitely that third one just to rewatch some of those scenes. It's definitely better, like I said, better than the second, not as good as the first. I feel like they need to stop with the Conjuring.
Yeah.
Like just
lay it to rest.
just let it rest. Like don't like, even if there's more stories to be told with these characters, just stop it. Like it's like you can make like what makes I think also The Conjuring good is it's a period piece too. Like it take like the first one takes place in like the 70s. Like I think there's room for doing more like 70s 80s period piece horror films, but
Yeah.
I don't think
But
it
not
has to be The Conjuring to
Conjuring.
do it, you know.
So do you feel like more releases of The Conjuring is basically just watering down the series?
Yeah, it's definitely tainting, especially the spin-offs and all of that. It's definitely
Spin-off?
yeah, like
Annabelle,
the
Nun.
Nun.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
haven't seen those. No.
Yeah, like
Insidious.
Insidious is not.
It's Patrick Wilson.
Yeah.
but that's modern day, right?
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
So like I feel like it's okay to do period piece horror, and I really like it.
Mhm.
I think that's my favorite like type of horror when I watch movies. It's like period piece horror. 'Cause I like The Witch a lot.
There's something to be said about it too, that like it's more believable in the fact that nowadays everyone has a phone.
Yeah, you can record these things happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a good point.
I don't know.
Yeah, and you could tweet about it and stuff.
Yeah,
all that.
live stream.
Like, yo, you won't believe what I just saw. You know, which is kind of funny too when you think about it. Like, you don't really hear about like possession stories these days. It's usually like
Because the government takes them down before we can catch them.
Hey, you guys start to hear about aliens soon? Aliens are coming, dude.
buy my possession NFT. But yeah, I watched The Conjuring.
Yeah, you did.
As far as things I played, not too much this week or last week too. Even I think I played a little bit of Disco Elysium. Still trying to get through that. It's a very long game.
Yeah.
I'm like 15, 16 hours in, and I guess it's like 40, 50.
Oh shit. Yeah.
So it's pretty long. It's an RPG, so I expected that.
Yeah.
And then I started playing Persona 3 Portable on my Vita.
Nice.
Just for fun, because
You're so cool.
I only played Persona 3 on the PS2. That was my first Persona game, and I remember when it came out on PSP. It's a different game, by the way. Persona 3 and Persona 3 Portable are two different games. They add like more stuff and they change stuff. So it's a different experience. So I'm going through that right now just to play, because I don't feel like playing Persona 5 again or something. So I've just been playing those two things, just RPGs these past 2 weeks, and then of course the sprinkled in Valorant, Apex
Yeah.
in between. You know, during those streams, make sure to check us out on Twitch. Plug the Twitch right now. Twitch.tv/Cedar Squared.
Hey.
Follow us so we can
Give us
get
a follow.
affiliate.
We're almost there.
Almost
Yeah,
there.
almost there.
Almost there. Almost there.
Help us out.
Help us out. You know, support the channel. Wink.
It's free to follow.
It's free to follow. You don't have to give us money. You can just follow us and ignore us.
Yeah, for the rest of your life.
Yeah, for the rest of your life.
Or you
pretty
can
much.
watch us. You know, that's also an option. Who knows?
Who knows?
But why we're here is to talk a little bit about E3. It's coming up.
It is.
It's coming up very soon. We are about a week away. A little less than a week away. Next Saturday, June 12th.
Do we need to show?
Do we need to show? Okay, yeah, let's show. Like I said earlier, today's podcast is brought to you by Instacart. If you are not familiar with Instacart is an online grocery shopping delivery app that you can use on your phone, on your tablet, on your PC, anywhere. It's very convenient now that the summertime is approaching and you don't want to be out there in those hot parking lots
For real.
slaving, picking up all those groceries. And you don't want to go at night either because you don't want to waste your evenings just grocery shopping. So why don't you just download that Instacart app using our affiliate link in the description of this podcast, so that way you can help us by helping yourself to some quality grocery delivery service. That's Instacart. Thank you, Instacart.
Thank you.
Now back to E3. So we're about a week away, which I if possible I'd like to live stream some of those E3.
Yeah, we could do that.
It's a weekend?
It's a weekend.
Mhm.
The live streams are,
Yeah.
which we'll talk about. Let me pull
And
up,
they're throughout the day, so
they're throughout the day. Which let me pull out the schedule. I think I put this one on here.
I can't wait
Definitely
for them
If
to.
not, but well, you know, as far as confirmed, it's Microsoft, Bethesda, yeah, but they're together, right?
Right.
Mhm.
For the first time. Who else is on there?
Nintendo
Direct, Capcom,
Ubisoft.
Yeah, so starting Saturday, June 12th, we have Ubisoft Forward.
Gearbox.
With
Oh, yeah, Gearbox.
Gearbox
Yeah.
below, yeah. That'll be interesting. Borderlands, maybe. Who knows? Sunday, June 13th is the big ones. Xbox, Bethesda, and Square Enix.
Square Enix.
Square Enix has a lot to show. I'm sure we'll see more Final Fantasy stuff. Probably 16 stuff, I imagine. And then Monday we get into Capcom and Take-Two Interactive.
Oh.
Yeah, Take-Two.
RE-verse, the news we've been waiting for.
Yeah, but more so like RE4, Oculus.
Yeah, right.
Whatever.
Actually, kind of.
That sounds
Hopefully-
tight.
Yeah, it sounds pretty cool.
Fingers crossed that ties into like Resident Evil 4.
Remake?
Yeah,
We'll see.
yeah, that would be good. And then Bandai Namco and Nintendo on Tuesday. So some big ones there.
Mhm.
And I think what's nice is that they're pretty spread out. I feel like before they used to be all in a day.
And
Well,
some
yeah, because it was
overlapping,
like
right?
3 days.
Yeah,
right?
it was like well, yeah, but the press
Well,
conferences
yeah, the press
were done
conference-
before the 3
Yeah.
days. So it was like a 5-day event technically.
Mhm.
Oh, right.
But it was like the weekend you
Mhm.
get all the press conferences, and then those 3 days was like the showroom floor.
Yeah.
Which me and Steve have actually been to E3
Yeah.
before. Yeah. We went 2018?
2017.
2017.
Yeah,
Wow,
2017.
it's been a long time.
Yeah, no,
Lawbreak-
because I remember I have that one. I have a T-shirt from that one game that is completely dead now.
Lawbreakers.
Lawbreakers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
same,
and it's
same.
on the side that says E3 2017.
Yeah.
Lawbreakers.
Lawbreakers.
Yeah, it was a fun game for
It
that
was
day.
fun. It was fun. I actually played it later on. like,
Really?
when it went on beta or whatever.
Mhm.
Like I played it because it was cool.
Yeah, I just remember seeing like I think Reddit posts probably like 6 months or a year later saying like that game was completely dead. It was only like less than 100 players on.
Yeah, and then
Um,
they shut down the servers
mhm.
like the next year.
Mm-hmm.
And that studio that made it went dead. So
Yeah,
it's
sad.
a sad story,
Mm-hmm.
but
It's how it goes sometimes.
That's how it goes, especially when you
trade
especially
with the game.
when you came out the same summer as a certain game made by Blizzard called Overwatch. You have a lot to compete against, so it kind of sucks, but it happens. But yeah, like it was definitely. We didn't go to any of the press conferences. We just went around the showroom floor and played stuff. That was the first time you can go as a fan.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So it was kind of cool. That just
It was packed.
It was packed. There was a lot of people.
We waited for Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I remember.
Yeah.
For like the longest time. It was like 2 or 3 hours just waiting.
No, I think it was Origin. No.
Was it Origin?
I think.
Origin back then. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Origin. Yeah. You're right. You're right. It was Origin.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember it was bullshit because everybody was like on the game for like 10 to 15 minutes. And I remember I played the game for like 5 or 7 because they brought some like media person to come play the game. I'm like, this is fucking bullshit.
But as someone who's been on the media side, it is nice.
I bet it is. Yeah.
It should have been like, I'm from Cedar Squared. I need access.
We weren't born yet.
Yeah.
We weren't born yet.
Yeah, we were
thinking about it. We probably should have, because that would have been good content.
That
like
would have
E3.
been good content.
If we took a camera and everything.
Yeah,
that would have been pretty sick.
Yeah, we would have been like everyone there too.
Yeah.
But that's fine.
Get a GoPro.
Yeah, get a little GoPro. That would have been cool. But yeah, someone who's been to like conferences like on both sides, the media side's very different because you get treated so well. Like I went to like BlizzCon once. And they had first and foremost that catering for media, so like breakfast, lunch, dinner, all provided by Blizzard, Activision, and you could go to the showroom floor and cut lines, but they had their own media place like 2 stories above, and that had all the games there on PCs, like that you could just play there, so you didn't have to even go downstairs at all technically. So basically, like I played all the games like within like the first couple hours of my first day there, and I was supposed to be there like 2 or 3 days. So it was kind of interesting.
When you were there, did they already have Diablo on the mobile?
Yeah, Diablo Immortal was the infamous.
Yeah,
you guys have phones.
Don't you guys phones? Don't you?
Yeah. So I was there for that. And I played that, and it's weird because you never saw that game again after that.
No.
It's coming out.
It's coming out.
It's coming out for sure. But I definitely played it there.
And I love how they're gonna release it behind Diablo 2 and Diablo 4.
Yeah. No, I know they should have put it out first, like they originally planned, but whatever. So I played that. There was around the time they were showing WoW Classic, and Overwatch's Ash was coming out. And they revealed, I forget the robot girl's name.
Orisa?
No. Even after that. I don't remember her name. I'll probably,
It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Zen's probably shaking his keyboard.
I know.
Just typing it real quick. How could you forget?
The one thing I do remember from E3 was when we saw Funhouse's GameSpot live, and who we stood next to.
Yeah.
Your best friend?
Yeah. The best friend, Adam.
Yeah.
Yeah, the don't speak on him guy.
You know what's funny is they have the video of that, and you know how they pick people out of the crowd?
Yeah.
You're definitely in that video.
Yeah.
And it looks like he's going to go and pick you.
Yeah.
And you even look like you're ready.
Yeah.
Like you're ready for him to pick you.
Yeah.
And he doesn't pick you. He
Yeah.
walks right next to you and picks someone else.
No, there was a time he pointed like at me.
Uh-huh.
And then the other guy who was like super loud and smelly, he just like ran forward instead. And like I saw like Lawrence, and he kind of went whatever.
Yeah.
So I was like, wow.
I remember that game they played. It was like just try to guess the Metascore.
Yeah.
And I can't believe they like that one guy like fucked up Killzone, because Killzone was like the staple of the PlayStation 2 at the time, and I remember it having a really good score of like 90, 92.
Yeah. And he said like it was bad or something. He said like 60 something. But yeah, that was interesting. It was cool though. It was cool going to a press. That wasn't my first press game conference. I went to like a PlayStation experience when they still did those. But that was definitely like a good experience, even though it was like super packed. But now it's online, so
Everyone can
we
experience
just get to watch it. You know, you don't have to go in lines to play games. You just get to not play games now. You get to just watch it while the influencers get to play on their Twitch streams.
Yeah.
Oh, it is nowadays.
I hope, like, I mean, I do hope that we are successful and we get to play games before other people.
With the media, yeah.
But
That'd be
I
good.
hope but if we do, I hope no one comes back to this video and puts this clip up as we're like shilling some game on E3 or something. But yeah, as far as things to expect, there's a couple.
What? So I know I'm just looking at Ubisoft. So
Yeah.
I'm looking at For Honor. So
Yeah, they're expecting
that's really good.
For Honor updates, Watch Dogs Legion, The Crew 2, of course the big one, Far Cry 6.
Right. Looks pretty
Have you
cool.
guys seen the gameplay?
Far Cry 6, yeah.
It
Looks
looks
pretty
cool.
fun.
It looks fun. I'll see. I mean, it's Far Cry.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it's doing anything new.
Well, I mean, I feel like the strongest thing about Far Cry games are always the setting. You know?
Yeah, the environment in it being more of a jungle, where like, because it takes place in the Caribbean, right? This one takes place in the
I think so,
Caribbean.
It's like it's at least South America.
Yeah, like
somewhere.
obviously it's winking at Cuba because how it's like placing itself, like, oh, it's like it's stuck in the 50s over there and stuff like that. But it's also funny. I saw that like the Ubisoft, like one of the developers for it, they said, and I might be misremembering the quote. They're basically saying no, it's not a political statement.
Yeah.
Like, no,
That's
our games
funny.
aren't about politics, which they always do.
Oh,
They
pretty
always
much
say
are.
our games aren't political. Like all the Assassin's Creeds, they always say like they're not political. Like,
Kill this diplomat.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, this Pope is corrupt. Kill him.
Yeah.
Like
Far
no,
Cry 5.
it's not political. Yeah, Far Cry 5. They always say it's not political, which is kind of annoying, especially when I was playing Disco Elysium, because that game's super political, but it's very upfront, and like you can tell it has something to say. They talk a lot about like communism in that game, and like a more pro communism approach to it, and like socialism and all that. And I feel like a lot of games don't do that, or not necessarily talk about like socialism, but like talk about something and be like, yeah, we are talking about that, you
Right.
know.
Right.
Like Ubisoft, for example, like if they could have just been like, yeah, what's going on in that country is super messed up, and we're, you know, making a statement about it, you know. But like the game industry is so scared, even though people are like, oh, the game industry is so PC, blah blah blah. I feel like they're not still. They're still pretty like reserved, more so than movies. I feel like movies are more progressive
Yeah.
in like making a statement and just putting it out there, as opposed to games. Games are like, we're just making games to have fun, you know. And I don't know why. It could be because like, yeah, the fan bases can be toxic and they're like, get your politics out of my games, but then they're playing like Metal Gear Solid, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like they don't like, people don't get it, you know. And like I feel like modern game developers are usually like the bigger ones are more scared to like say anything with their games, as opposed to like, you know, smaller studios just like sticking it up and just, yeah, this is what our game's about.
Less
Deal
to
with it.
lose.
Yeah.
That's true. The smaller studios don't really have much.
Yeah.
I guess they do have a lot to lose, but they don't have as much to lose as
Yeah, they don't have
big
stakeholders,
companies.
you know.
Yeah.
They don't have stakeholders to like upset, you know. So they definitely have less to lose.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's Ubisoft.
I think, but I'm definitely gonna get Far Cry 6 only because of what's his name, Jane Carlos.
Yeah.
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 Such a good actor.
Yeah, he's
Gus.
very good. But yeah, Far Cry 6. I bet another Assassin's Creed's getting announced.
Of course.
I mean, it's like announcing a new Call of Duty at this point, so we'll see.
There's that new Rainbow Six Siege update.
Yeah,
like
the quarantine, which I know why they delayed it.
Yeah.
Why?
You know,
I never saw anything about.
Oh,
about it.
because we were in pandemic.
Oh, that's. I thought you were going to say like it just looked like trash. So
No, it didn't look like trash. It's just like poor timing.
Poor timing, yeah.
They didn't want to make a quarantine.
Like
so they named it quarantine before the.
No, it was named quarantine
shit.
before.
Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. They didn't want. They didn't want.
Yeah.
They're like, no.
Oh, no.
We're gonna wait.
That's fair.
Yeah, and then Microsoft with the Xbox and Bethesda showcase.
Better be some Halo.
Halo update. Hopefully.
It's supposed to come out.
It has to be an update.
Like
It's been a year.
their
almost.
console depends on that game at this point, you know. So I know why they're being careful about it, but yeah, something has to happen, and especially Bethesda too, right? Because we have what's that game called? Starfield, the Bethesda game that's gonna be coming out, the Todd Howard game. That one's being ran by Todd Howard, I think.
That's
right?
exciting.
So that one's gonna actually be a thing, and then Elder Scrolls 6,
Right.
right?
Maybe.
Hopefully we get
I
something.
doubt it, actually.
There has
really-
to be something.
I'm hoping.
But
I'm tired. I do not want another online update.
What I'm hoping for the most is Psychonauts 2 to just finally say it's out. Go play
Oh,
it.
just like that?
Yeah, it has to.
It's been like 10 years, right?
It's been so long. I backed that game in like 2017 or 2018. It's been that long.
It was a Kickstarter, right?
It was it wasn't Kickstarter, but it was a Kickstarter, basically. And that's how I backed it. And it got approved. And then it was like, great news. Like, we're getting bought by Xbox. So now this game could come out even sooner. And it was like, that was like 2019. I was like, oh my God. And it was like, sure, take your time or whatever. But like, man, please just give us, like, it doesn't have to be out tomorrow or whatever. It could, just give me a date, Anything, I'll take it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
what perks are you supposed to get?
Or the game.
I'm just getting I'm getting like the game and like I don't remember, like a T-shirt or something.
Okay.
Nothing big. I paid like $50.
I mean, if I paid $50 for a Kickstarter, I would expect the T-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm getting the game for sure, and I'm getting on PC. That's what they told me. Like I get a copy on PC and like a T-shirt. I don't remember. I have to go through my emails because it's been so long. But I backed it, and I'm excited to play it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the only thing I'm hoping to expect from Xbox. What are you guys expecting?
From Xbox?
Yeah,
Halo.
Halo?
That's what I'm expecting. I'm not really expecting much
want?
though.
Anything you want Xbox to stand up and say
Well,
this is coming out?
I mentioned before, I do not want another Elder Scroll Online update. I do want Elder Scroll 6 to come out. I really love the Elder Scroll series, and
yeah,
I'm waiting for the next
single
one.
player experiences. Yeah.
I really love the single player experience.
Yeah.
I just want new IPs, I think.
You
at
want
this
brand
point.
new things?
Want brand new
I'm
IPs.
tired of Gears of War. Halo needs to be given back to Bungie.
I don't think that will happen.
I don't think it'll happen either. But
I think Bungie's done with Halo.
yeah, which is fair. Yeah.
Yeah, I would be too.
Yeah, I don't know. They just need to move on to new things, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I think also they need to tap into other genres.
Right.
I think the platformer genre's been lacking, especially from Microsoft, which I guess that's what Psychonauts is hoping to fill. Maybe, I don't know. But Psychonauts is such an obscure IP, which I'll admit, like the first one's super weird and not quite like a Mario style thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, or even like Ratchet and Clank,
It has a very solid like cult following.
It has a very big cult following, I would say, like after the fact kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because of how like quirky the characters are. It's really the characters and setting that does it for me. That I really like it, and the comedy. The comedy is super like offbeat humor.
Right.
It feels like a '90s cartoon almost.
Oh, okay.
So it's very quirky and like kind of fun. So that's why I liked it so much. But as far as like RPGs and stuff like that, like Microsoft kind of just stays away from those things. So I'd like them to like go forward onto those things, or like action games too, even like Devil May Cry style stuff.
Yeah.
Like, give me different things to like want to buy an Xbox over a PlayStation, you know, as a consumer,
Right.
you know, because I feel like PlayStation's offering you variety, while Xbox is just offering you consistency.
Right.
So that's my take on that. But what about, so Steve, you're just saying Halo? That's what you think?
Well, I mean, Halo, Elder
Halo
Scrolls,
and Elder Scrolls.
well, I mean, I didn't think at the time, but yeah, I mean, I would like some new IPs too.
New IPs. Also horror games. I want more horror games. Yeah. Like
True.
Yeah,
True.
something
Something like Dead Space.
One of you guys.
It's more Resident
Well,
Evil.
Dead Space is the guys who made Dead Space are making a game. That's like
right.
Yeah, they are making a game, and I'd like to see that too.
And it's in the same universe as PUBG.
PUBG, yeah, but it's a horror game.
So weird.
Yeah, so whatever.
I'm for it.
Yeah. And then next up, Square Enix.
Kingdom Hearts 4.
Yeah. Also like Life is Strange. The Marvel Avengers update. Black Panther update. We talked about this.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't think this is ever coming, but it's coming.
Apparently,
but like
what details are probably going to come out.
Yeah, but imagine playing that game in 2021.
People are buying those skins though. Those Avengers MCU skins.
Yeah, and that's probably why they're keeping up with it. But I heard it was like a failure though, like as far as earnings.
I think it is, but people are still buying stuff. I don't get it.
I don't know either.
Marvel fanboys.
But also like I'm gonna expect more Hitman updates. I'm gonna expect Hitman 3 updates from Square Enix. No, it's not. It's not anymore. It's just that one's IO Interactive only. That's not a Square Enix one anymore. Yeah, that was a big deal because they published it themselves.
Wow.
But Square Enix, I'm gonna expect probably Tomb Raider too, like Tomb Raider stuff. Final Fantasy. I'm assuming
8 remake.
No, I imagine they're gonna show off 7 Intrograde.
Yeah.
Again, and then they're gonna show off probably 16 and maybe 14 updates.
Right.
Maybe, and stuff like that. But I doubt anything groundbreaking is coming from Square Enix. I like to be wrong, but I doubt it. Going into Capcom. Resident Evil 4, Oculus, stuff like that. I hope there's more just Resident Evil stuff in general. I like Street Fighter news. I would like some of that.
So is Monster Hunter Stories, is that like a DLC or is that like a different game?
It's like a RPG. It's an RPG game with a focus on story. Yeah, it's like a narrative, which Monster Hunter in general is not really narrative focused. It's like just go find a monster, beat him up, hunt him. Which is
what
good.
The game is.
Yeah, which is good. Says, like it's true to itself, but they definitely don't try. With new Monster Hunter games, they just improve quality of life things. They don't reinvent hunting the monsters.
That's okay.
Yeah, they definitely don't betray the fan base. That's why it's popular. But I just like Resident Evil, Street Fighter,
Ace Attorney.
Yeah. Have you guys played Ace Attorney?
No, I haven't.
We should honestly play one. They're actually really good.
Yeah, I'd be down.
They're really good games. Like narrative wise and stuff like that. They're definitely worth it. And then Take Two Interactive. We'll see what comes from Take Two.
Long shot GTA 6.
I highly doubt it. They're definitely gonna make their own press conference for that, like they did with with Red Dead.
Not even the trailer. Not even.
I know, none of that.
Dang.
But moving on.
Brand new heist.
Yeah, probably.
Nintendo. Nintendo has a lot lined up. I think they're the most. They probably have the most like exclusive lined up. I imagine, like that have been announced, but they're just kind of sitting on.
40 minutes. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's gonna be 40 minutes. Well, they're always kind of that long. I think.
Well, they had a direct.
It's a direct and a treehouse. Which the treehouse is like this thing that happens after they're playing the games.
Oh, okay.
But they said this one will focus on Nintendo Switch software, mostly releasing in 2021. So I imagine maybe by mostly they mean Breath of the Wild 2 will probably be the thing not this year. But they're gonna probably talk about for sure. I hope Bayonetta 3,
Mario Golf,
the Skyward Sword, HD thing.
Imagine Metroid.
Metroid 4.
That'd be
Yeah,
pretty sick.
that is something that's sitting on too.
Oh, and the new fighters probably for Smash.
Yeah. Probably the new character for Smash. So they definitely have a lot, and Nintendo never disappoints.
Mhm.
They always give
Just
the people
enough.
what they want, for the most part. People ask for like crazy stuff, but definitely they give the people what they ask for. So I'm excited mostly for Nintendo out of these guys, honestly, because there's a lot to expect from them, and they'll probably deliver. Well, like Microsoft, it's like a coin flip.
Yeah.
It's like this could suck or this could be really good. There's no in between. There's definitely no in between. And then ending it off, we have Bandai and then EA.
No details.
But that's next. Month.
Huh?
That's the month after.
Oh yeah.
Oh
it
yeah,
is.
that's the month
EA
after.
Play,
EA Play.
EA Play.
Why are they waiting so long? Whatever. I mean,
That's interesting. So it's like their own.
it's
just
like
outdoor
yeah,
gaming
and then
showcase,
yeah, and then Bandai. The only thing I heard about Bandai is that they're, what's it called? My Hero Academia might be getting a fighting
okay.
game
Oh wow.
made
They're
by
already-
the people who made Fighters.
Okay.
Oh, Dragon
okay.
Ball.
So it's gonna be more like Dragon Ball Fighters,
Okay.
like actual fighting game, not like
that
one
could
of
be
those
good then.
Budokai things. So
Yeah.
that might be cool. I don't know if we'll see Dark Souls stuff. Maybe, because it's Bandai. You know, they have the Dark Souls IP.
Elden Ring, right?
Elden Ring. I don't know. Is that Bandai?
Yeah, I think
Oh,
it
it
is.
is Bandai.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
Oh, then
Yeah.
you know
It
what? You know
hopefully.
what? Maybe.
Elden Ring, we get Elden Ring.
That's a
Yeah.
reach.
Then maybe, you know, ending it strong. Well, that thing did leak. You know, that gameplay thing did leak.
Right, that's true.
So we might see that. You know,
Hopefully.
hopefully.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that. But that's pretty much E3 in a nutshell
What are the big leaks?
for E3.
Yeah.
So biggest one is 2K. 2K Games had a major leak. Primarily that there will be a Borderlands spin-off.
Oh, right.
So let me pull it up.
Speaking about Borderlands, have you guys heard about the movie?
Yeah, I saw the picture,
Yeah.
and it was giving me Sonic the movie vibes. How they're all like super caricature looking, but they're like blacked out, so you can't see what they actually look like.
Yeah.
So I'm a little worried.
Yeah, I don't know how it's gonna be, but it's gonna be. I don't know. Might be rough.
Yeah, yeah. So the biggest thing from 2K is this leak was I saw on Twitter, but I'm using IGN just to, you know, protect. So the biggest thing was XCOM with Marvel Heroes.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that was the biggest leak. So it's brand new game. It's XCOM gameplay, I'm imagining, but with Marvel characters. But
Yeah.
I don't know about that. But hey, there might be a.
Yeah, but
Some people getting
the it's about Tiny Tina for the Borderlands thing, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands,
Right.
which are both trademarked by 2K already. So that would confirm everything. So I imagine one of those things probably be true at least, and then of course not a surprise, NBA 2K22 will be shown.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, who would have
With
thought?
Dirk Nowitzki.
Yeah. And that's pretty much all the rumors for that, for 2K leaks. Just like the XCOM Marvel thing, which is kind of a big deal, but not too much.
Yeah.
Battlefield 6 teaser.
Oh, yeah, that trailer.
Yeah.
Forward.
So we'll probably see that next week. Which
Yeah,
that's
June
that's
9th.
what kind of threw me off, right? Battlefield's an EA property, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is it being shown off? Just a Battlefield thing?
Yeah, it's like they're doing their own
Yeah.
Oh
marketing.
yeah,
now.
June 9th. Huh, it's not even. It's way before you.
Mhm.
See.
At 7 a.m. So yeah, they're probably just gonna release a trailer or.
Yeah, it's probably just yeah.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be Battlefield.
Well, it's
6.
probably gonna just be like on Twitter or something. They're gonna release something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we'll see what that is. You know, Battlefield 6 probably, whatever that is. I hope it's modern. I mean, from the looks of it, it looks modern.
Yeah, actually, hopefully it is modern. I'm kind of tired of these like futuristic shooters.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
I'm also tired of
The old ones?
because Battlefield's been doing old for a while.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, right. Like Battlefield
past,
1. Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't mind them being old if they were just like true to the era.
If they were good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
If they were good.
well,
yeah.
Battlefield 1 was good.
Yeah, Battlefield 1 wasn't bad.
It was okay. I feel
It
like
wasn't bad, but I feel like I still played more Battlefield 4 than Battlefield 1.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. They're definitely the Battlefield is like I don't know what they're trying to do because I feel like nowadays they're trying to play catch up to
Yeah.
COD,
Yeah.
and I think EA needs to just come to terms with the fact that COD will never be dethroned as long as COD is running.
Yeah.
So Battlefield just needs to be its own thing, you know, and it just needs to.
I think so too. Yeah.
Just stop shooting itself in the foot, trying to make like do the BR thing and all that. They just need to stop.
It's always going to be a beautiful game too. You know?
Oh yeah, it really.
Yeah,
is.
it'll probably look really good with their engine, the Frost engine.
Yeah,
right?
Frostbite.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm looking forward to like seeing what they can do, but I'm not sure what that means
Gameplay wise.
gameplay wise. We already talked about Far Cry 6. Mario Golf
Yeah.
coming out later this month, 25th.
Gonna be good, probably.
It's probably gonna be good because it's a Nintendo game and it's a Nintendo sports game, which are pretty much.
Is that the list we just looked at or no?
No, this is different.
Oh,
so these
okay.
are the games that are confirmed so far.
Oh, okay.
In alphabetical order.
So look to see if you see anything interesting.
The only thing I can think of is Bloodstain on here, Halo Infinite.
Eldorand, not Elder Ring.
Yeah. There's
Halo Infinite.
there's nothing like too crazy on here that have been confirmed.
Starfield.
Mind you, this is confirmed.
Starfield.
Yeah, Starfield.
Run, Die, Run Again.
Yeah.
That sounds
Yeah, a
indie.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of indies. Pretty much, those are the only things that are really on
pretty
here.
much.
Pretty much indies.
My Lovely Wife.
Yeah, like just a bunch of indie stuff. But of course, like
Kung Fu Kickball. Okay, we're getting that.
Oh, it says Battlefield.
Battlefield's
Yeah,
right here.
Battlefield.
Yeah, well, we know.
Yeah.
we just talked about it.
Yeah.
So these are things that are confirmed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like there's no rumors. There's like the studios have went out and said, yeah, we're gonna talk about this during E3 time. You know.
It's interesting though. It doesn't say Battlefield 6.
Yeah, well, they didn't number it yet.
Yeah,
They haven't numbered it yet, but they're kind of all messed up with their numbering convention.
Yeah, that's true.
So they called Battlefield 1, you know.
Yeah, and then went up to 5.
Then went back to 5 because like, oh man, that's gonna shoot us in the foot if we do Battlefield 2.
Yeah.
You know. So we'll see what they do, but that's pretty much all I have so far with the E3 stuff. I think, like I said, the biggest thing I am looking forward to is Psychonauts.
Yep.
And Nintendo. No Sony, by the way. Like, if you haven't noticed, we haven't talked about Sony. There's no Sony.
Yep. I'm sure something's coming.
Yeah, they fucked off from E3.
Yeah, they backed away. They started a trend though, you know, where a lot of people just started backing out of it.
Because I remember PlayStation being there when we went there.
Yeah, they were there, and that was their last year.
Yeah, that was their last year.
That was their last year.
But it wasn't confirmed that last year, right?
No, they didn't. They didn't say it until like a month before the next year when they were
Okay.
like, "Yeah, we're not doing E3 anymore."
They announced like Ghost of Tsushima and stuff.
Yeah, no, that they announced the Ghost of Tsushima, the one we went to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I did.
yeah, the one we went, and then Last of Us 2 and
Right.
stuff like that. They announced. So I mean, I'm not surprised, and that like I said, that was around the time that they switched CEOs or whatever. Because when did Jim Ryan join Sony?
Yeah, I don't know. Jim Ryan.
Yeah, I'm Ryan.
Because he's the CEO. He stepped up. I want to say 2018? 2019. 2019 is when
They said
John
Jim,
Deere.
Yeah.
Jim Ryan joined, yeah. Because Sean Layden used to be the guy. And I mean, he was cool because he would talk about, like, indies and stuff like that all the time. So, Jim Ryan kind of different approach. He's kind of turning Sony or PlayStation almost into, like, an Apple thing.
Yeah.
Where it's, like, so exclusive and minimal titles but maximum playthrough ability. But we'll see what they do. Speaking of Sony news, God of War has been delayed 2022.
And
they leaked the title too.
Yeah.
It was Ragnarok.
I love that movie.
Yeah, there was a huge controversy because I guess a lot of people thought it was on Sony's side.
Yeah.
For them to, for it to be delayed. Yeah.
Oh.
But it turns out it was their director himself.
That decided to delay.
Decided to. Delay.
Yeah.
That's so dumb.
Yeah, I mean, it's not dumb that he delayed it.
No, yeah.
No, that people were getting angry at Sony.
Yeah,
Itself.
it was dumb that people were getting mad, like throwing fits, like.
Come on.
These are real people making these games, you know. Like,
very entitled.
Yeah, it's not like movies either, where it's like, oh, you can just film it and then just edit it real quick and it's out. You know, these are people working on something very hard and complex.
Mm-hmm.
Fixing bugs,
working hard.
Things.
These games take years and lots of people to make, and they take a toll on people. And I'm sure they did this for the better of the title, but also the employees. So
is this the same? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh no! Is this the same director that did the other one?
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's
okay. That makes sense. I mean, because the first one, I've never played it, but from what I've seen, it looks really, really good.
It's so good.
So he's probably trying to keep it either better or up to par to the first.
I trust anything that comes out of them.
Yeah.
So like I'm completely cool with that. But yeah, it's a bummer that it's it's ending.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's delayed to 2022.
I mean, it gives people more time to get a PS5 too.
Yeah, true. I mean,
really
that's why I was like, it's not so bad, And then going along with that, Ben Studios, creators of Days Gone, are working on new IP for Sony. Mm-hmm. After being denied Days Gone 2, which also Days Gone 2 is now on Steam. This is making the next Sony exclusive on PC. I also saw somewhere that Sony is focusing more on releasing titles onto PC. I don't remember where I saw that, but they are they're more committed now to releasing Sony exclusives onto the PC.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fair.
It's fair because it's not a competitor.
Yeah, and it's branching more market.
Yeah. You get more people playing your games. It's not bad. It's not a bad deal at all. Especially like games like Days Gone that didn't really get much of a chance. And I heard the Days Gone Steam port is actually really good. It's like super not buggy and stuff like that. Like I heard a lot of people like it way better there. So maybe one day I'll pick it up once it's on like a Steam sale or something.
Yeah. This June maybe.
Yeah.
Might be.
Yeah, and then Shin Megami Tensei 5. That's from Atlas. The people who make Persona. It's what inspired Persona. So Persona 3 was called Shin Megami Tensei Persona.
Mm-hmm.
So the next Persona-like thing is coming out November 11th. Mm-hmm. Pretty cool. The difference between Shin Megami Tensei and Persona is more like poppy and like vibrant and colorful and like happy. Shin Megami Tensei is like dark and like occultic a little bit. So it's like pentagrams and stuff like that. So it's a little more serious, edgy. Their primary focus is like Japanese market too, but it's coming out in America on simultaneous release November 11th. There was a leak though, so take that with a grain of salt. Recently the third one got remastered for Switch and PS4 and PC. That one's super good, and a lot of people talk about it because Dante's in it from Devil May Cry. He's a boss that you can fight in it. Yeah. So it's actually really interesting that they got approval of that, because it's like the first time I think I've seen a Sega Capcom kind of combined thing. Next, CS:GO limits free players from ranked mode, so it requires a purchase in order to play ranked, and this is to combat what they call bad actors.
Cheaters.
Do you think they should do it to where you buy like the supposedly ranked pass, right?
Yeah.
But if they could tell that they definitely won't do this, but if they could tell that you're not a bot, that you're actually a person,
Yeah.
do you think they should refund the amount of that pass over a month or so? That's what I think. But obviously, if they're gonna get the money, they're not gonna fucking.
You're gonna want
Yeah.
to get the money.
Yeah.
I think that's what they should do. If this is really the way to implement, if they're trying to say that they're implementing this to try to combat against bots, then maybe go that route. But if you're doing this for a cash grab, then we're gonna be able to see that.
Yeah.
That this is an easy cash grab.
Yeah, I don't think this is a cash grab. I think this is just to combat toxicity because people are taking advantage of the fact that it's free to make a CS:GO account and play the game.
And Smurf and shit like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So a lot of people are just being toxic into it. So now it's like now you have to pay $15 to be able to play the game and play ranked. You'll lose your ranked thing if you don't buy the pass. There's like a pass.
So if you're obviously the current rank they are right now, if you don't buy the pass, you lose that rank.
Yeah, you lose the rank.
So
you
if
lose
you're
your rank.
if you're top player in CS:GO right now, if you don't buy that pass,
Yeah,
then
yeah. If you don't give them the
sucks.
it does
kinda
suck.
fucked.
Yeah, but I get why they're doing it.
Yeah.
Because
Man,
I get why they're.
I like I said, I get it, but I don't agree with it.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that at all.
I can't think of a better way to get rid of it though. Like get rid of toxic players.
Yeah.
Because you can't be like, are you gonna be toxic? Yes or no? You know.
Yeah.
It's
that's
like
true.
the quickest way is to be like, okay, you're gonna lose money if you're toxic. We're gonna just kick you out of your paid experience if you're being toxic. You know. So like, a lot of people like, oh, okay, well, you think I'm toxic and get rid of my account? Screw you. I'm just gonna make another free account. You know, your game's free. You know. So I think this is their way of saying it. And to CS:GO's credit, they used to be a paid thing anyway. So I feel like a lot of people are probably okay spending money. And they said too, if you bought the game already, like you don't have to pay anything else. This is exclusively if you came into CS:GO during the free time. So that's not too long. That's like a year or so.
Okay. So I thought I was gonna go towards everyone.
No. It's not someone who's played like years.
Yeah.
Like, it's only
first
been
bought the game.
Yeah, it's only been recently free, and people are people are like taking advantage of that.
And the one thing that concerns me is that can set a precedent. You know what I mean? Like other games can end up doing that.
Like
we were talking about
paid
Apex.
Yeah.
Paid ranked. Yeah.
Right.
Pay to get rid of toxicity. I can't think of anything better to combat it. Like what do you think would get rid of toxic players other than losing money?
I mean, I don't know. Toxic players, as in
a toxic player, right? Say what's keeping someone from being toxic if the worst thing that happens is they lose their free account and they could just make another free account.
But toxic, you mean cheating, right?
Cheating, saying bad things, forfeiting matches, like doing AFK, stuff like that. Like,
it's hard to say. I mean, there's anti-cheat software if it can improve that, or if you can improve the player feedback system.
Yeah, but that still doesn't work because if they lose, right? They lose their account. They'll just make another free account.
Right.
So this way, that at least those people are getting out of ranked because they have to spend money, and in order for them to stay in there, they have to keep spending money, and of course, it's gonna drain them out.
Yeah. No, I'm kind of with Josh with this one. I think it does set a precedent, and I think if CS:GO does do a paid ranked, then we might see other games doing paid ranked, and they may not be for the same reasons.
Yeah,
it might be,
or just ending free games, like free shooting games.
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard. It's a balancing act.
And I hear Modern Warfare is struggling with this too as well.
Right.
With Warzone, with toxic players and cheating and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So this is definitely a new era problem that requires some sort of fixing, or else these games are gonna suffer, in the long run because people are like, no, I don't want to play that. There's too many toxic people in it.
And what if? I mean, maybe this is beyond what we're talking about, but what if there's some legislative action?
It's hard though. It's like, how do you define that, in a law sense?
In terms of selling and buying illegal software to cheat.
Well, no, it's not just cheating though. It's like being toxic. It's like saying like bullying someone while they're playing the game, or like going AFK.
Like harassment.
Yeah, harassment. Like going AFK. Like oh, my team fucking sucks, so I'm gonna sit at spawn and wait to die every round.
Yeah. So the problem with everything in general, like technology, always moves forward faster than any kind of legislative action, right?
Yeah.
And that's the problem right now with what am I thinking of?
The loot boxes.
Well, loot boxes too.
Why not? Because I know overseas, like in Europe, loot boxes are banned in certain countries.
Yeah, like Australia.
Mm-hmm. And like Belgium, I think.
Yeah. So I think I can't think of anything better at this point in time to like combat those kinds of players. Because you can track cheating, you can find cheat bots and stuff like that. You can make software and stuff. You can't really immediately take action for things.
It's hard to regulate behavior.
Yeah, it's hard to regulate behavior.
Yeah.
Unless
cheating.
Yeah, unless you require like so little obstacles to keep people from acting bad. Like you must be 18 or older, you must have a subscription with us or something, like some sort of monetization for you to have incentive to want to act right in your game, like, because there's nothing, it's almost like complete anonymity. Like you can make like 30 CSGO accounts and be toxic on every one of them, and you'll lose all of them. You can make 30 more accounts because nothing's keeping you from losing out on that. And you could say, "Oh, I'm a block IP addresses." Well, VPNs exist,
Yeah,
unless what if they made you add like your cell phone number and you had to verify?
Yeah, you could do that too. But I feel like also the quickest way to do that for accounts that already exist, they don't want to like had to do all those hurdles. They could just do that, like, okay, here's $10, so that way we have you on record that you're a committed player, blah blah blah, that you're not going to act toxic, because if you act toxic you lose out on $10. It's not like I think there could be a better way. Of course, I'm not like arguing saying that there couldn't be, but I think the quickest way to get rid of these people out of their games before these games die is to just do stuff like that. Do I think other studios will follow suit? I don't know. I doubt Riot will do anything, because Riot never does anything about that. Yeah, I think they need to fire a lot of people anyway before they need to get rid of the toxicity within their studios before they can get rid of the toxicity within their game.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Look at this guy right here.
It was the game.
Yeah.
Imagine Josh playing League.
Yeah. I can't. I will. If I could veto anything for this channel as a League, we're not putting League content anywhere near this channel unless it's like a meme.
Wow.
It's rough.
You don't like League. Stop.
It's like I feel like you don't even like talking about it right now.
No.
You don't like talking about
so uncomfortable.
Like it's such a.
All right, we're League channel. We're League channel now.
No, we're Dota.
I mean, either way, I not that I don't like MOBAs or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's just the fan bases are so
bad.
It's the worst thing, and I think part of it roots from the fact that it's free too, like, because it's such a low barrier to get in that anybody can get in if they have a laptop or whatever, and they can say whatever they want. They can do whatever they want. If their account gets banned, they make another one.
Have you seen how long those matches last too?
Yeah, like an hour.
I would be mad too if I lost after an hour.
Yeah, because someone was like, screw you.
Yeah.
Not as long as this podcast.
I feel like being mean.
Okay.
But yeah, like it's pretty funny that that we're running into this new wave era of toxicity in these free games, because this isn't really happening in paid game experiences to my knowledge.
I mean,
but to be fair, Call of Duty, but Call of Duty's free now.
Warzone.
Warzone's
you're right.
Warzone's.
Well, I mean, like, I was thinking more so like the lobby,
like historically.
Yeah. Back in the day,
yeah.
But I feel like now it's even worse though, because now you have like 12-year-old kids remaking new accounts like every day just to be like a dick.
Like, you're trash at the game.
Yeah, you're trash at the game, bro. Okay, you sell You're like, and then you delete that. You get them reported. Blah blah blah. They lose their account. Okay. New account. I'm back in there, boys. You know. So I think this is just gonna just always happen.
Yeah, as long as there's a wall that prevents people from taking accountability for whatever they say, you know, like social media, even, you know, stuff like that. That's gonna continue to brew.
Yep. Well, moving on. Speaking of free-to-play games, Valorant, the shooter that we've been all playing, is coming to mobile. It was recently detailed by the current Valorant's executive producer Anna Donlin. I think that's how you say her name. We're thrilled to soon offer the same competitive Valorant experience to even more global players. The announcement of Valorant Mobile comes as the PC version hits its first anniversary within 1 year. Riot's first game in the shooter sphere has amassed over 14 million players and seen over 500 million matches played. It's also one of the top watched games on Twitch, as we know. So there's not a lot on it. It's just that they're trying to promise the same competitive Valorant experience. So I'm imagining it's the same game that they're trying to repeat into the phone, which I'd love to see.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah. It's possible, and actually, I don't want to play it, but the League of Legends Wild Rift is actually really well made, I guess, on mobile. So I don't doubt their ability to create a good experience on mobile phones.
The graphics of it too, like lends itself, I think.
Yeah, they're pretty low res. You know, it's a low poly kind of game, so I can imagine that also helping make a good mobile experience.
Right.
Will it be cross-plat? I highly doubt that. I really doubt.
That'd be unfair.
I really doubt that. But that's cool that, you know, they're branching out, making new content with that. I'll try it just to see what it looks like. You know, it could be fun. You know, the COD mobile was okay, so we'll see how this goes.
Fortnite wasn't bad.
Fortnite wasn't bad on phones either.
When it was on it.
I mean, it's still. It's on Samsungs and stuff. It's on Android. It's just not on iPhone.
No.
Yeah. That's on us. Moving on. This is probably one of the bigger stories, the more controversial things. Resident Evil is being sued. Capcom is being sued by a photographer who says that they infringe copyrights due to Resident Evil 4, including logos, stuff like that. The photographer's name, which I don't think... Oh, Judy A. Jurek, I guess, claims that Devil May Cry and Resident Evil 4 used a lot of her images in games. And there's a lot of images. I mean, you can just look up Resident Evil 4 lawsuit and you'll see it. And you'll see a lot of reference images to things, including the shattered glass thing for the Resident Evil 4, the 4 on there, like, and like these pictures of like glass and stuff they used in the games. It's pretty convincing. This looks pretty much like the photographer's pictures. So it's a little yikes if it's true.
Yeah.
Well,
because that's a lot of money.
She just noticed.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too. Like this game's been out for over 15, almost 20 years.
Yeah, and it says, I forgot why it explains. It has to do with licenses.
Okay.
Yeah, Capcom never contacted Joykick for a license.
Oh, because they used They used a CD-ROM full of images.
Yeah, they used. Yeah, they just use it. And honestly, it's kind of hard to tell. And maybe like, I can imagine it's very intimidating to file a lawsuit to a big corporation that's not in your country. So I can imagine why they took a while to do this. Plus,
well, I mean, when did she first?
96.
Yeah, 96 when she started publishing images. Yeah.
Well, when did she first put in the case? File in the case.
Recently, like June 6th.
Yeah. That was today.
Yeah. And then
yesterday.
They have no further comment.
It's Friday.
But it's not.
It says Friday right there, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Friday, June 6th.
But
yeah.
What's?
Whoa, that's weird. Yeah. Typo.
It is the 6th day. I didn't even know today was.
Yeah.
Yeah, today's the 6th. So
sorry.
Typo on this article on this PCgamer.com.
Yeah, come on, PC Gamer.
But
Trash site now. I'm kidding.
but thank you for the article to read off. But yeah, it shows like a door, some glass, and stuff like that. And this is pretty convincing.
On the heels of that controversy with the Resident Evil 8 images.
Yeah, stealing. Yeah, from the Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
Well, then, yeah, if they have that case, and then if this case is
Yeah.
something, then they're gonna show that they have a pattern of stealing.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
images.
gonna show that they're just taking a lot of people's work and
Yeah.
reusing it to make
Shit.
millions
Well,
of dollars.
actually, yeah, Capcom might be in some trouble for this shit. Then.
I expect Resident Evil 4 patches soon. Texture patches very soon.
It's been re-released so many times.
You think they can go back and touch up the GameCube and PS2 versions?
No, that's the worst part too, because they're gonna want a cut of that
Yeah.
because it's on the logo, like it's on the 4. It's a little rough if like this is true. This is still all alleged. We don't know, so I imagine we'll find out soon.
Up to a court of law.
Yeah, it's up to the court of law now. But yeah, this is crazy. This could open up a lot of new cases too, for like game studios stealing photographers' work. So, yep. Moving on, CD Projekt Red won't show Q1 earnings for Cyberpunk. This comes after I think it was like a stock meeting, a shareholder meeting. They just said they're not going to show it because it didn't do very well.
I imagine so after being taken off the
PlayStation Store, and I do recall them saying something around that.
Oh, they took it off.
So
Oh
that's
shit.
true. So yeah,
shit.
Steve put
That's
up that there was an alpha leak in 2013. That showed like internal bug montage that was put up, and it was taken down now.
that's
and this bug
So
montage was made internally
Yeah.
through the company.
So it was meant to be shared throughout
Yeah.
the company. So it showed a super buggy version of the game, like really, 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 really buggy.
And it was a ton of videos too.
Yeah, it was a lot of videos, and it was leaked, and it's been taken down now. So it's true.
Probably not live leak.
I thought they took down Live Leak.
Yeah, I think they did.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. But I think they took it down because of the whole Israel Palestine thing.
Yeah. So it's kind of interesting too that this comes after just hit after hit of bad CD Projekt Red talk, and it's kind of just a beaten horse now. This horse has been dead.
We talked about it like.
We talk about I think we talk about Cyberpunk every podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is not looking good. We'll see if we can find more videos of it in the future. But yeah, not doing too good. And then moving on, GameStop selling NFTs.
Yeah. Do you know what an NFT is, Josh?
No.
Non-fungible
Please tell me.
token.
So NFT is a non-fungible token, right? So it's basically kind of like tying in, because the NFTs are on the Ethereum blockchain. So it's kind of like saying they're trying to tie in like, oh, you own this thing, right? So like right now there's a lot of art NFT, and there's like a lot of artists that are converting their digital art into NFT. So you could want it, you could go buy it, and you own it, and you could do whatever you want with it. And it still proves it back that that you own it, and it came from the original artist too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like a digital like tag.
Yeah, digital tag basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what GameStop is potentially what they're going to be doing is they're probably going to be doing NFTs for used games. So if you want, you could possibly sell your own used game that you got digitally. Because what we all have on we all have digital games that sometimes we stop touching, right? We don't even play the game anymore. Yeah. And what happens? It just sits there and it
in your library
collects. Yeah. Most of the time you probably don't even go back and play it. Yeah. So it's like this gives you a chance to sell the digital game that you bought before and sell it off to somewhere else. And I think this is really interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting that they're using the NFT market for that.
How are like publishers and everyone?
We'll see.
Well, it would be under the same thing under like physical used games. Like
Uh-huh.
I'm not sure if you would sell the physical game to GameStop and then they would sell it themselves, but like if it's a used game, the publisher already got the money side of it, so they're not gonna.
They already made their cut.
Yeah, they already got their cut of it. So selling a used game,
But that's money that they're not going to get from someone else buying it new. You know what I mean?
but they never did that in the first place either. With used physical games, the publisher.
But that's what I
never
mean, though. That's the advantage of digital for the publishers and developers is that you can't resell them. And so it's in their best interest to not let this happen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not like they could stop this from happening, though.
True.
Because, I mean, if they could connect NFTs to a used game, then, and that's on Ethereum blockchain, they can't.
Yeah,
They can't stop it from
this
happening.
also creates the problem with NFTs in general, with like artists' work being stolen and being sold off as NFTs. I think it's a flaw with NFT is like, yeah, you could like refute it or whatever, but a lot of times it's already too late. People have already made their money and left by the time you get ownership of your piece of art again. So
if you resell, though, because technically you own the license to the game, right?
yeah,
So you're reselling the license to the game.
yeah. Which the only thing I think of, like, the advantage of that for is emulation. Like, because a lot of times emulators ask for, the license number of your game and stuff like that. So that they could prove you own a copy. That's the only thing I can think of with that, like preservation of games.
Okay.
But I don't think that's what GameStop's thinking. I think GameStop's thinking we can make
Resell.
more money with this because, GameStop did really well with stocks and all that. So they're trying to stay in that market, I feel. Like I feel like they went to the marketing team. They're like,
Well, I mean,
NFTs
GameStop always had that possibility.
Yeah.
I remember, was it Michael Burry,
Mhm.
the one who first originally found out the housing market crash, right?
Yeah.
He sent a letter to GameStop saying, "Oh, you guys are in a really unique opportunity."
Yeah.
He mentioned that they really fucked up not buying Twitch, not buying GameSpark.
Yeah.
That that GameStop really dropped the ball not getting these acquisitions, but they're still a really good position in the industry. They could really come back and make their company even stronger.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if you also saw on the docket that I also there's also talks of them possibility making distribution centers,
Yeah.
kind of like micro centers,
Yeah.
and which I think would be really interesting, because I mean a huge issue right now is a lot of people can't get computer parts,
Yeah.
and if they get all these, a lot of computer parts, a lot of video cards and everything, and they sell them through the distribution centers and they make it kind of like a lottery, then I think they could do really well and sell off because a large portion of, people can't get it due to, crypto miners and stuff like that.
And that's what Newegg's doing right now, right? The lottery
Yeah.
system.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just so it's somewhat fair. Quote unquote.
How recent did they do that?
It's been a second.
Pretty recent, like I don't know, say like a couple months ago.
Yeah.
No? It was like January or February actually. Just because it was so hard to get a graphics card of any sort. But yeah, moving on. Last bit of news, and this is kind of fun news. Power World.
What is this?
This is
Oh.
so Power World is. You guys can't really see it, but I might put a little video of it somewhere around here, like a link or somewhere. It's basically Pokemon with guns, and yeah, that's the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
It shows like a character in this like bright, colorful world that's a little Genshin Impact looking, but there's a lot of Pokemon-like creatures that do kind of like farm labor and like other stuff, but then they also attack and murder while you have an M4 for some reason, which is so weird. It's like this looks like olden times, right? Like it looks like Breath of the Wild era, but then you have guns. It's so confusing.
I love this part.
The part, with the Pokemon or
Getting
the
used
PAL,
as a shield. Yeah,
being used as a shield, which I might make that a thumbnail to be honest.
Oh, I didn't realize the
destructible environments.
yeah.
They're so over the
Wow.
top.
That's
And
really cool, actually.
Yeah.
Destructible
So
environment.
this Power World thing is a mod for this thing called Craftopia, which is a Steam thing.
Mm-hmm.
Craftopia is like a Breath of the Wild looking engine thing that you can make your own games in.
Okay.
So this is like a type of RPG.
Oh, that's like
mod.
Dreams.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it's like
or
that.
core, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like that,
Roblox.
but yeah, it's in the Craftopia realm thing. So
That's crazy.
doesn't say when it comes out or anything like that, but
Not that we can read it.
yeah, it doesn't say on there.
Actually, yeah, I was thinking about that right now. There's a lot of games like that, like Roblox and Core, and I guess now I didn't even know this because I thought this was a whole game, but I didn't know that it was basically an engine that has a bunch of different games that you can play in between, right?
Yeah. You can make whatever you want in it.
Yeah, that's interesting.
It's kind of its own like moddable like interface thing that I think you get through Steam.
Okay.
So it's pretty cool.
That's cool.
And it's cool that things like this are coming out of it.
Yeah.
So
I'm like no Mimi, like I'm probably gonna.
You're gonna try this out? I might try it out.
It
too.
looks interesting.
I might
it
at
honestly
least
does.
like this. At least sells me because I've seen Craftopia things before, and this actually sells me on it because I like the most things I see on Craftopia are like Breath of the Wild looking things, but this actually looks cool.
Yeah, it's like Mount West.
Yeah. So So I might
Yeah.
I might try this out because Craftopia I think is like $20, but this stuff all like free typically. So I'm interested to try this because it's so silly and I never like trust me, if you're watching the trailer at home or wherever, like you don't know what's gonna happen next because it's so interesting. It's like, what if Ash from Pokemon had a gun? You know,
what if you lined up a bunch of Pokemon on a conveyor belt and made them?
What if Team Rocket's goal wasn't?
They're kind of slaves.
What if Team Rocket's goal wasn't to make to have all legendary Pokemon, but to turn Pokemon into weapons manufacturers? That's what this.
That sounds really cool, actually.
Yeah. So this is so cool. So I definitely will take a look at it. We might make a video of it since more people are interested in this. But yeah, that's pretty much it for news. This was a pretty long episode.
Yeah, it was a pretty. I think it was a pretty solid.
It's a good episode though.
Yeah, lots to talk about.
A lot to talk about. So, any last words, you guys?
I need to go to the bathroom.
Anything for you, Shua?
Sadly, can't think of anything.
All right. Well, with that, thank you for listening or watching. Until next time, I've been Zach.
I've been Shua.
I've been Steve.
See you later.
Bye. Thanks.
Sorry.
Later.